Hey everybody, don't you just love the early morning? It's quiet, peaceful, sun's just coming up, everything's kind of in shadows. I want to talk to you today, very briefly, about how we build and by design our character, our life, so that it's has conscious content and you can feel confident and certain about what it is that you're building, what it is that you're creating. And it begins with the words that we use. Sometimes we don't pay attention. We just have these kind of words running around in our mind. And I know we've talked a lot on the channel about different words like can't and never and always and those sorts of things. And it's finding the right words that are more on the positive side of life, the higher consciousness side of life. Um, Beauty, love, joy, peace, serenity versus can't, won't, impossible, never. All much more than negative things. And they're just kind of running around in our head, oftentimes quite unconscious. So I want to bring your attention to what are those words that you're using sort of on a regular basis? Because those words go into and compose thoughts. It, it never works out for me. Nothing good ever happens. It's always fill in the blank with some sort of a negative response. Those words, as we put them into sentences, become thoughts. And some of them, if we trace those thoughts back, they're not even current. They're things that happened once. They were some negative experiences that happened. And you stay with those and they just kind of ride around in the background. And as those thoughts continue, there's certain actions that result from that. There's certain behaviors. There's things that you do and react and respond to what's coming at you. And that's when it feels like, well, life is just happening to me. And we've talked on the channel, we'll continue to talk about switching that around so that you see everything that's happening as something for you, that it comes to you as a blessing. Now, sometimes that will challenge what's been going on in our mind, and that's okay, because that brings us to a new level of consciousness and awareness where we can say, well, maybe there's something to what Tom's saying. Maybe life is really happening for me, but because of the words I'm using and the thoughts that are processing and my expectations, it feels like it's always happening to me. What would it be like if? And then just flip it around. What if there's a blessing in this? What if there's something good in this? What if it can evolve or develop into something even better? Or that it challenges current thinking, current behavior, current attitudes, and causes you to shift, to make little adjustments and changes in your actions, consciously, intentionally. Because what happens with our actions is they become habits. And we develop these habits of thought where we tend to be on the negative side. Our brain is already predisposed to thinking the negative, to thinking watch out, be careful, looking for the danger in everything, looking for the flaw, looking for the problem. And we've evolved that way. I mean, that's why we're still here. The pterodactyls didn't feed all of us to their children. Some of us managed to get through that prehistoric or the dinosaur period. And then we avoided the saber-toothed tigers and some of the other dangers along the way. Some of our ancestors were the testers, if you will. They were the ones who ate the berry or the fruit or the vegetable or discovered because of a snake bite. That snake doesn't hurt you. But that one over there that has all those bright bands on it, don't go near that. That's not a good one to have. So little by little, we evolve, but we evolve through this sense of being cautious, being careful. Um, and so our habit of thought tends to be on that side, but it doesn't serve us in the way of understanding life is actually supporting us, that it's there for us, it sustains us. Somebody way wiser than me said, consider the lilies of the field. They don't spin, they don't toil, but look at how beautiful they are. And that's true, but we miss the point of what that person was saying. He says, consider them, consider that they're alive, consider that they're living. They have life in them. So do you, so do I. I have life in me. Consider that for a moment. Where does that come from? You know, that was self-generated? No. You know, there were other living creatures that were responsible for your life. Yes, they biologically contributed to you. But once you had it, once you were forming and developed, you became you. That life in you, what sustains that? What keeps you alive? What keeps you present here? Just consider it for a moment. That maybe it isn't just a biological accident, that there's intention, purpose, there's a creative energy behind all of that that's for you. So if you can step into that for a moment, say, well, okay, I'll work with that. Okay, how is that for me? And then take a look at, well, then what are the actions? What are the responses to that? I'd say the first one, say thank you. Be grateful. Thank you. Thank you for all the little things. Notice all the little blessings. You're grateful for everything you have. Did you get to eat today? Thank you. Did you have a car to go to work in today? Thank you. So, well, I earned it, Tom. Really? You know, there's no partnership here. You did it all by yourself. You did it your way. Really? There wasn't any guidance or direction. You didn't listen to the little small voice even once that it gave you a little intuition or intuitive burst to go in maybe a slightly different direction. As we make those slight changes in our actions, they become new habits of thinking, new habits of experiencing life. And as those habits, as you move through those habits, they develop your character. They form the little building blocks to who you are and who you're becoming. It's never too late. You say, well, it's too late for me. This is a done deal. I heard somebody the other day talking about her kids, and she said, you know, they've already been in the oven. They've already been cooked. They're out there. They're doing stuff. You can always change those relationships that we have with each other. It's not like a done deal. It's not like completely totally formed. All kinds of wonderful things can evolve as you make these little shifts in your own thinking, which begins with the words you use to form those thoughts. Then, yes, then as you go through it, you have words and thoughts, actions that then become habits. Our thinking habits, they all become habits, and eventually they come into and form this person you are, this character that you are, the character that you have become. That determines your destiny. What you do every day, if you feel like you're caught up in the groundhog experience, where every day is the same day, or it's more like a hamster wheel where it's a different day, but it's the same old, just kind of spinning around. That has a lot to do with habits of thought. It has to do with habits of behavior and action. Forming your character. If you can see your character as maybe a little bit more flexible, that you're not stuck. It doesn't have to be that way. There are alternatives. There are other possibilities. It's like being in that circle we talk about. There's 360 degrees and points of view. You have one of them, but there's 359 other ones. Try another one. Just one day. Just move 1 degree one day. Next day, move over 1 more degree. Just keep going around the circle. At some point, you're going to be on the other side of the circle looking back. You realize, wow, I had a whole other world, a whole other universe all around me that I didn't recognize, I didn't see, I didn't experience as a possibility. All of that can be part of a change and shift in your destiny. So understand you're not locked into life. It doesn't have to be that way. Not going to be a big shift, be a little shift, like 1 degree, 1 degree, 1 degree. But in the course of the year, it's 365 degrees. It's even more than the circle. You've gone already around the circle and started off in a little, hopefully a new direction. Want some help? Want to talk about it? Find me in the information in the information box down below. Happy to talk to you. Make comments to the video. We'll continue the conversation in the community. I wish you all the blessings and a best and dynamic life. First, changing the words, right? Changing the thinking, changing the action that results from that, changing the habits that get formed, and ultimately becoming the amazing person that you were created to be in the first place, in partnership with that life energy and force that has been there the whole time. Namaste. Blessings on you.